What's up, guys? A quick update. Once again, I'm going to try to do as many of these updates I can just to ensure you that I will be still maintaining my channel. So sometimes if you hear my fan in the background, it's because I didn't set up my OBS system yet. Because I was trying to figure out how to do it little by little. I'm not no computer genius or anything like that of that nature. So I figured, try to figure this out. That way I'd be able to make proper and videos that you guys can listen to without hearing my fan or anything in the background. That's pretty much what I tried to do. This is an update video. I know you guys just saw me just recently post about things that are happening in the world in regards to UAP information. Again, I want to stress that everyone should be aware that there's a lot of information that's being promoted by other channels everywhere on these platforms, and they are using misinformation or disinformation as well. Not saying that the individuals, like for instance, like when I say like people from the task force that are talking about that they believe that extraterrestrials exist, and then you have the government officials who they worked for claiming that that's not the case. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of these channels on this platform that promote information that they don't look facts on. They just basically go on word of mouth from other individuals and then decide to download it in their videos. And then, of course, you guys hit their likes and all that good stuff because for them, it's more about building their brand, but building it on their lies. There's brands like mine, channels like mine, that as you can see, there's quite a couple, even though that we're small time channels. At the end of the day, I personally deal with facts. I'm not going to bring out information that has no facts whatsoever. Even if I'm talking about, extraterrestrials, and of course, people don't believe that they exist because they go by what NASA says, and it's okay for anyone to believe what they like. However, when it comes to my personal channel, which is Alien Society, as I told you guys before, I did change my name briefly to Enki Society, but I changed it back to Alien Society. My channel was out of commission for a while because I wasn't using it. I was a little bit too busy doing other things, and I couldn't basically be on this channel all the time. But now I'm able to be, on these channel and bring the best information that I can using facts, of course. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do. And definitely, I want to make a strong point today, not to, revise anything from the past. Is just again, I think that a lot of people in today's day, 2024, still go on these old stories of the 1950s. I think it's time to move forward, guys. It's time to move forward. But now that we got these new ufologists or whatever you want to call them, now it's a lot of people that bring false information just for clicks. And I'm not going to say their names or anything of that nature because, of course, many of you know who I'm talking about. And some of them don't even need to be named on here because most of them you already know who they are. They do this so they can get the biggest views ever or some TV deals of some sorts. And then at the end of the day, they don't care about you as the viewer. All they care about you participating in their channel while they promote lies to you. Now, again, whether you believe it or not, the information that's given to you, that is completely up to you. But what I always say to you as the viewer of my channel is, if you disagree with something that I say on this channel, please just say so. Say it on the comment section. Tell me there's something that I'm doing wrong, and I'll be able to, you know, look things through and correct myself on something if I'm wrong about it, of course. Absolutely. I definitely welcome stuff like that. But I also do not welcome people who continue to push these false narratives. Like I said, you'll have these big time guys, these big time YouTubers, of course, that I'm talking about. When it comes to extraterrestrials and stuff like that, they're always talking about, this is this and this is real and this is real. But again, it's only to push their own narrative and stuff to that nature so they can build their brand. And my brand is never going to be about lies. My brand is going to be about truth. If you believe what I'm telling you is true, then fine, because I will actually tell you where you can find all the information that I gather. I look up things on UAPs, of course, because that's a main topic I look at today, extraterrestrials. And I know I kind of like say these things over and over because I just try to give you, the viewer, an insight of what my channel is all about. I'm not like a no big time skeptic of any kind. I have small skepticism when it comes to people making, these outrageous claims. Like for instance, let me just give you one little brief example. Like when you have NASA, as I mentioned before, when you have NASA saying that UAPs are not of extraterrestrial origin, but they do not know what they are. Now, right there, you see, that gives me the right to either believe that what they're saying is the truth, or they're just, filling us with a bunch of BS. But also at the end of the day, I think I mentioned also that these drones today can be construed to be UAPs because there's a lot of drones that can be made bigger. At the end of the day, bigger drones to end up to doing different types of flights that we're not used to seeing. Because every time that they mention UAPs, they always talk about that UAPs have no pilot, no pilot. So if you have an object in the sky without a pilot, this can definitely be a sign of a UAP, of a drone, which could be under the flag of an unidentified flying object. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, I just pretty much wanted you guys to know that I'm still working on the background noises, because I don't want all my videos to sound horrible where you guys can't barely understand what I'm saying. And once again, I'm not this super computer genius, so please forgive me, because for a long time I was unable to do these things properly. As you can see now, I can do a still picture, but back then I was using my phone. So now I'm using the camera from the Windows computer. But yeah, I figure I'd let you guys know that I'm still working on the OBS so I can make the videos properly and in good quality for you guys, and able to shift pictures here and there. Once again, like I said to you guys before, you'll notice when I put biblical stuff, but this does not mean that I'm promoting religion in any shape or form. You can choose to believe whatever you like. You could choose to be a part of any religion, because for me, this is not about bashing any type of belief systems or anything of that nature. I just try to use the Bible, and tied a lot of things that I see in the Bible that are historic places and the stories behind them. That's all I do. Like I said, so when you guys saw me put up the story of Noah, which is the same story as Sui Sudra, who I told you is a king, it is kind of quite confusing because some people will be like, wait a minute, but this ain't the same person. But it is the same person. That's just an example of what I'm giving you guys, that it is the same person. The only difference is the name changed and a couple small details were changed. Whereas this flood was supposed to go for only 7 days and 7 nights, according to the Sumerians, whereas in the biblical account, you have 40 days and 40 nights, and so on and so on. So that was just my point, and then in some cases, you'll realize in biblical stories where some Hebrew characters have Babylonian names and other names, as you guys will see. That's why I believe that Sui Sudra is the same character as Astrahasis, as Utapishtim. That's Noah of the Bible. It's the same person of the flood who was told by a god, to warn him that there's going to be an impending flood. Get yourself ready, get your family ready, grab some animals, bring them into the ark, and there you go. So I'm not trying to get, say that all over again because I already pretty much told you. And yeah, I tend to use Wikipedia because that is one of many sources that you can find that type of information. Of course, AI today, but there are some inconsistencies on some things, so you got to be careful with that, guys. But yeah, at the end of the day, just be careful as you're willing to learn more of, you know, who we really are as human beings. I'm gonna tackle a lot of different type of things in this channel, but like I said, primarily it would be extraterrestrials, old stories of abductions, all that type of stuff, all that type of stuff. You know, because at the end of the day, there's more to life than we realize. It's just when you're dealing with something that's so powerful beyond our understanding, there's nothing we can do about anything. Just pick up the little bits and pieces that they leave behind for us to grab. Because, of course, the people that have the full understanding of everything sit at the top of the pyramid. There you go. So, with that, I say thank you all, for tuning into my videos, liking them, commenting if you like, help me out. Help me out. If you feel that there's something else I could do with this, I take advice, of course. But my focus on my personal channel is simply about extraterrestrials, UFO, UAP, phenomenon, where ghost stuff is fine. Anything that has to do with the mysterious, because at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is look and see what's going on in this world and figure out a lot of things. And let me, before I close here, I would like to say one last thing, and I don't want to make it seem so obsessive. I still see a lot of Valiant Thor videos being promoted, and that's fine because my channel's been off grid for a little bit, but now that I'm back, I want people to check out my videos, all my videos on the Valiant Thor story. I I come into all different directions. I come at it as a person who's just bumping into the story, which I did when I first investigated the story, but I went full 5 years into it. 5 years into it because I wanted to thoroughly, bit by bit get to certain points and see, oh, okay, here. First witness accounts. And when I say first witness accounts, of course, I'm talking about Mr. Frank Ernest Strangers, who I know he passed away now since 2008. I was able to communicate with two of the three wives that he had. All right. The second one I couldn't find, but it was always the first one I did, the one that he spent a long time with, which was 26 years, I believe, with her. She's now deceased. And then you got the third wife who he passed away, and I got a chance to speak with her. You'll see it on my videos. The only one you won't see is the first one, because we didn't do a video on that. The thing was that I wanted to be able to see whether I can get the wives to come forward and tell me the truth. However, it's sad because one of them did and one of them did not. And like I said, the other one I couldn't find. So the one that I got tons of information from was the first wife of 26 years. The one that I didn't really get a straight answers from is the third wife, who I spoke to 40 minutes. It's on one of the videos, you'll see it. And we spoke, but I'm not going to get into that because this is not a Valiant Thor video. This is just pretty much to show you guys that Valiant Thor is a complete hoax. It's Frank Ernest Strangers sitting at Howard Menger's home back in 1956 in the High Bridge, New Jersey small UFO conference hosted by Howard Menger and his wife Connie Menger at the time. And Frank Ernest Strangers lived several miles from there, Irvington, New Jersey. I got proof in my videos. I have an actual photos that you young Frank Ernest Strangers, who looks exactly like the guy he calls Valiant Thor. It's the same person. At the end of the day, it's the same person. I'm still waiting for those individuals that mentioned something about that they can prove me wrong. I'm still waiting for those, and I'm not going to say their names, but I've noticed quite a lot of them at the top of the ufology world there. And even though they're not aware of me because I'm just a little old YouTuber, I'm aware of them. But I am willing to show them all the proof that I have, on Valiant Thor. So I see you guys in the next video and enjoy the next one. And for now, I'm gone, guys. That was just an update for today.